I just saw Big CGI movie number 3 this past weekend, so let's talk about it. First off, I want to start off with a lot of non-spoilers. Obviously, you're going to see the Avatar movie for the visual effects, and boy do they deliver. The movie is gorgeous throughout, and there's no surprise since each movie is beautiful. You get lost in the world because of the way it looks and feels, but you should know that since it's the third installment of the franchise at this point. The next thing I really enjoyed was the themes that were explored throughout the movie. What was most interesting to me was the theme of experiencing and overcoming death and loss. The death of Neteyam from the last movie lingers throughout this film, and it sets up for some very intense and emotional scenes as a whole. I'll get more into that with spoilers. My final thing was the big action scenes that take place throughout the film, mainly towards the end of the film, where it felt like there was an hour of straight action and fighting, which was super intense and super cool. There were a lot of awesome moments, and because of how beautifully done the visuals are, the fights look amazing. They're very creative, and they do some very fun set pieces with the Avatar world, which makes for an amazing fight scene. From here on out, I'm going to be talking about spoilers, because what I really want to get into involves a lot of spoiling. So if you haven't watched the movie, I would encourage you to go watch it before looking at spoilers.
There are spoilers, warning.
I really liked what they did with the character Loak, and it was really amazing to see him progress throughout the film. He's dealing with the guilt he has for feeling like he's the reason his brother is dead, and I thought they did that really well. He's trying to make up for the loss of his brother and feels as though he's let his family down, specifically his dad. Jake's reaction to the death is he's kind of blaming Loak, and this isn't obviously a good parenting move, which leads to a very intense and hard to watch scene where Loak, after hitting another low, considers taking his own life. It's really well done, and you can feel the emotional weight of it. The whole theater's reaction during the scene, it was an audible gasp. The payoff for this conflict between Loak and Jake is very good. At the end, Loak proves to his father that he can be responsible and become a leader. And Jake comes to terms with Loak through having a brief but intimate and deep conversation with him. He says, "I'm sorry and I need you to have my back because I love you and I trust you." Another positive is the scene with Spider and Jake. That was really intense, and everyone in the theater was on the edge of their seat and was captivated by this scene, and it had me on the edge of my seat as well, just because I really thought Jake was going to kill Spider. So that was really well done, and that was a good moment that I just had to point out. Another interesting character that I thought they improved upon tremendously was General Miles. And he is battling with who he is. He has these memories of a dead man, but that's not really who he is anymore. This is explored and done through the introduction of Varang, the leader of the Fire Tribe. The general really embraces that tribe and even takes them to the human civilization on the planet. He battles with the idea he's a Na'vi now, and he really is conflicted with, he really does kind of like these people and enjoy their ways, though he won't admit it. And he has these memories of a dead man, and he wants to serve the human race and complete his mission. He's slowly being shown this world he's been trying to conquer, and how beautiful it is, and how the civilization is actually really interesting. Again, he feels like he needs to serve the human race and complete his mission, and he's very loyal to humans. But at the same time, he's got blue skin, and he's developed this interesting and deep connection with Varang, which leads to him questioning what are his morals and does he really even want to hurt the Na'vi people anymore. It doesn't get resolved in the end. I think they're leaving that up for debate, but you can see the shift in his character, and I thought that was really good. Another reason for the shift in his character is his relationship with his son Spider. He loves Spider, but Spider is basically a part of the Na'vi people. He isn't really human, and in the movie, he's able to finally breathe the air and kind of become a Na'vi. This puts the general in a tough spot at times because him and Jake team up at one point in the movie to save Spider and all the kids, because he puts Spider and the relationships he has with other people above his mission of helping the human race advance and conquer the planet Pandora. At times throughout the film, you can see Jake really get to him, and I thought that was just so interesting for them to talk and have these interesting conversations about differences in ideals and work together. So any scene with Jake and General Miles in it was honestly a 10 out of 10 for me. It was really good, and I really enjoyed that. Another thing I loved and really enjoyed about the film was the character Neytiri. She hates humans because they've destroyed her home and made her life miserable. But she loves Jake and loves who he is as a person. And so she has to deal with that. She loves someone who has a human mind, and she's married to him, but these people have destroyed her home and have made her life very miserable. This is explored when she suggests they have to get rid of Spider and kill Spider. She hates the sky people, she says. She hates his pink hands, his pink skin. She goes on this whole tangent about how she hates the human race and she hates their minds. But Jake is like, what about me? What about my mind? Do you still love me? And that's a very interesting point of exploring the differences in ideals. And Neytiri believes in Awa and that god, but Jake is like, I'm a Marine and I am going to fight, and I really don't know how much I believe in your god. So I thought that relationship was really explored very well. But overall, tons of positives for the movie, really enjoyed it. So let's move on to the negatives now. My only negative that I have with this film is that it feels like an exact rehash of the last installment of the series. We don't really explore anywhere new, really. You're at the water village most of the time, and you're with the water people, and it felt like to me just The Way of Water 2. I wish we could have explored more areas of Pandora since the planet is so big and it seems like we've only explored such a small part of it. I would have liked if they added a new element into the film, maybe new creatures, wildlife, scenery as a whole. They just do more stuff with water, and it's fine, and it was interesting in the last film, but I thought the title was Fire and Ash. I would have thought they would have done something with the fire or lava of the world, like maybe the people have a deep connection with that and different creatures pertaining to that area of the world. But instead, they just hand the Ash Tribe guns and flamethrowers and say, here's, go destroy the world, you have fire. It's not really that interesting. I just wish, again, they had like some connection or something, like just something new. It felt like the Ash Tribe didn't really get expanded upon at all. They kind of do that with Varang, where they're like, oh, the volcano destroyed our world and we don't believe in that god, and we're just like destroyer people. But like, that just really doesn't do it for me. I wanted to like see creatures or like something new. I mean, it was an interesting introduction for General Miles and developing his character, but Varang as a whole isn't really that interesting of a character, and the Ash Tribe isn't that interesting. They're more of a plot device to move the story forward, is what it felt like to me at least. In the same vein of rehashing, the ending felt very similar to the last movie. It had a lot of the same beats. You had the big water battle at the end where Jake and the General end up fighting one-on-one at the end, and you had Spider there, and you had maybe different people, but it was all just the same basically, just to a bigger scale, which is fun. But again, just do something different. Like just a little bit different would have been great. But instead you kind of play it safe, and it kind of falls flat when you're like, okay, this has happened before, I've seen this before, I've seen this before, I've seen this before. So that does bring the movie down significantly for me. Overall, I really enjoyed the film, and the score I would give it is 7.5 out of 10. So let me know down in the comments what you really liked about Avatar, Fire and Ash, and what you didn't like. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.